right, welcome back, photography people. This is Chris for Christ Publications, the amateur photographer. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of what I like to call Pass or Fail. We'll probably have a better title in the future, but this is what we have for now. So, this is the episode where I show you pictures from an event I've done, show you some of the ones I think are probably best, most outstanding, whatever you want to call it, and we'll kind of discuss whether I passed, whether I failed, whether I pulled off the shot I was looking for, or whether it still needs some work. So I want to take you guys through this event here. Before we launch into it, I want to give you a little bit of background of what we have and what we're kind of dealing with. This was an event where some friends of mine had a party for their young son. It was actually a surprise birthday party. You had a water balloon fight and pizza and candy and junk food and all that. It was great. This was one of those events where I was invited to come to help out and help, make everything move smoothly. And I ended up bringing my camera just because, I wanted to take a couple shots, see if I could capture some memories and, do something nice for my friends there. I'm actually thinking of some really great advice I was given by one of my friends who was a really accomplished photographer. She told me that you should never do photography for free. Always charge something for the pictures that you take and the time you're putting into it. That is absolutely amazing advice, and I definitely recommend that. Definitely want to pass it on with a shout out to her there. But this is one of those cases where I wasn't actually invited to take the pictures. Nobody called me here and said, "Hey, Chris, do some photography for this event for you. We'll pay you." I just kind of showed up and I was there, and just let me bring my camera. Those kind of situations, don't be the person that tries to charge for that. Don't just show up to some random event, start snapping shots, and demand people give you money for it. Be wise about this thing. So, we were getting set up. We filled about 1 million water balloons, and we had some church kids and some neighborhood kids, all taking part there. Really was a great time. Kind of a smaller, surprise little shindig, but it turned out pretty great. One thing you are going to notice in most of these pictures, I try my best to get around it, but it's always just this thorn in my flesh here. With the lighting situation, there were some indoor and outdoor lighting setups, and it was kind of blending together there, so had to turn my ISO up on my camera, and you know what that led to? Noise. So there's a lot of noise. I really tried to work around that. I really tried to, even that out and hide it as best I could. Try some special artistic kind of effects, but it's there, so you're going to see it. So hopefully we will be able to work around that, and I'll take what I learned here to figure out how to avoid it in the future. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it. First off, we have a picture of setup. This is my friend lighting the candles for the cake. Just a candid shot I got in there. This one I really like, actually. I'm going to call it a success. Starting out strong with a pass. Candid shot, even though the lighting situation wasn't ideal, I was able to kind of balance that out. Not a lot of really heavy post on this one either. Did some work in the shadows to bring those colors out, but overall, really great. So I'm calling it a pass. And as always with these here, drop your comments. Let me know if you agree, if you disagree, if you know what you're talking about, and you can provide any tips on what I can do better next time. I'd love to hear it too. So, join in this discussion here. It's all about getting better. This one, I'm going to call it a fail, just because it didn't hit the basics. It's a great shot. It was kind of what I was going for, but I didn't have any kind of foreground focus elements. And man, I could at least have that balloon in focus. That would have been probably perfect, but I think this one really missed on what I was trying to get at, so I'm gonna have to fail this one, sadly. Here's a picture of the candy table. Just some of the snacks and junk food they had laying around. I, again, didn't do a whole lot with post. I think it works. It conveys, what it's trying to convey, and I think it's good. I'm gonna call this one a pass. Really basic kind of picture, not like gonna win any awards or anything, but it works. This is where I really started to get the noise, and I was really frustrated trying to probably overreach to try and correct it. Cool shot. I like where it was going, but I had to do so much to try and get it just back to even that I don't know. I'm gonna have to call this one a fail just based on my own standards here. I am kind of a perfectionist, so please let me know if you see it different. So we have the birthday boy. This is shortly after he came in and everyone yelled surprise. I was telling him to close the door because he left that open, but you have my friend in the foreground. I like where it's going. I like the look and I like the color gradient around that. Still gotta say it's not quite hitting all the points, so I'm going to call this one a fail still. I mean, not bad as far as pictures go, but could definitely be better. This is another one of the birthday boy. Not staged, really kind of a candid thing. This one I almost wish I would have kind of staged it a little bit because, I mean, you have all that stuff off on the side on the table that's really kind of distracted from it, so I probably should have jumped in and whipped that aside a little bit, but it is what it is. I'm gonna say neutral on that one. Yep, this one here I actually really like. We're getting into the water balloon portion of the festivities. This one I think I liked it most because I didn't really do a lot with it. It was just kind of a naturally cool shot. I bounce out light colors and off to the races we go. I really like this one. I'm actually probably going to use this one in some other stuff too. So, yep, I'm going to give the water balloon ammo picture a pass. And now we get out to the open in the water balloon fight. You see my friend getting the brunt of the attack. There was a lot going on, so I kind of have to explain. First of all, there were kids around and kids having fun, so I didn't really want to include a lot of pictures from that, simply for privacy issues, and I'm not going to post pictures of other people's kids on the internet without their express permission for what we're doing. So this is just kind of a snippet of that. Another thing too, it was actually raining, and we were overjoyed that we filled 1 billion water balloons just for God to end the water fight, so I did have to stay indoors, unfortunately, behind the screen door shooting through. I had my zoom lens going. I was able to run outside for a brief second when the rain slowed down to get some shots, but this actually wasn't one of them, so had to do that. So I am shooting through a screen, zoom lens. I did switch off into shutter priority to get some of the fast moving action, so hopefully that did help a lot. But yeah, this one, we're going to bring that back. I'm calling that a success because it's an awesome picture and I'm really glad I got it. And it's always fun to see your friends get soaked, so yeah. Alright, so yep, that's about all for those. Overall, I think, kind of wrapping up here what I learned in this. So I'm learning more about the lighting, which is one of the crucial elements for photography. Unfortunately, you can't always control the lighting very well. I mean, I'm over at their house and their backyard and indoors, so I don't have a lot of control over it. I'm not going to bring the party to a halt to try and install some lighting just so I can get better shots. You have to use what you have in front of you. So being able to work around that, shooting in different conditions, balancing out your lighting, even in post-production if you have to. Just do what you have to do to get the best pictures you can. I did a lot in manual mode. I'm learning a lot there and it's going pretty well. Still have to fine tune it and being conscious of what's going on around me to get the best settings, but learning a lot as far as shooting manual and shutter priority. I'm still seeing that is kind of my best friend, especially if there's any sort of like action going on, any sort of movement. Definitely have to use that more often. So Yep, that's it. That's kind of my opinion. What do you think about it? I want you guys to drop those comments in. Let's have a discussion on this because, like I said, it's all about getting better. And every picture I take, every event I do, every video here is all about just improving and trying to be the best you can be. So hopefully you guys are learning from this too, and we'll be able to have that conversation, and we'll all be better because of it. So thank you for tuning in once again. Amateur Photography. I am the amateur photographer, Chris. Keep an eye out with holiday coming up, all this other cool stuff. We're going to be doing a lot of events and a lot of bigger crowd type of things. So, hopefully it should be pretty fun, and hopefully nobody gets irritated with me for, taking pictures at the 4th of July party. But we'll see how it goes. So, thanks for tuning in, everybody. We will catch you later.